Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Battle Brothers. So in the previous episode, in the end, we got an amazing new item, this helmet. Where is it? Here. In the end, I decided to give it to Shade because, our X-Men are most likely to be somewhere on the battlefield alone surrounded by enemies, so they need the highest protection. And at the same time, we need that protection to be as light as possible, so that we have as much or as much fatigue as possible to be able to use the round attacks and just keep attacking for as long as possible. It also means I'll have to find a much lighter armor for Shade, but for now he'll be in reserve because today I want to try to attack the witch hut. Have like vague idea what I can expect there. So I already made some changes. All our frontliners have higher resolve, or as high as possible. Usually I kind of ignore resolve on most of my characters, so some people that we have in the front line still don't have amazing resolve, but it's the best I could get. 47, both of our surgeons, they shouldn't have problems. 51 is decent. 49, so for my usual standards, I consider this to be above average resolve for everyone in the front line. Maybe the exception might be Kamimitsu. 44 isn't that much, but still, that's the best I could get. So yeah, some of our usual frontliners are now in the reserve. I'm actually thinking maybe I should send Prophet forward. Honestly, Karsten won't be able to do much in this fight. What is this resolve, by the way? 49. Actually, wait. I'll move Kamimitsu back. And I'll do it this way. Because Prophet's resolve might be lower, but he's ranged, right? So we want all the people who have ranged attacks to be in this fight. And I hope that's what gives us the advantage. Okay, so this is the final group composition, I think. I had to shuffle some more items around because some of our items are not in the best shape. But I think we should be fine for the fight because I'll just set up a camp during the night. That will give us time to repair some of the gear. And this won't be about the having gear in perfect condition, like fights, for example, against orcs, where it's all about having armor as high as possible. This is gonna be about killing witches in time, and if we can do that, then it's an easy win. If we can't, gear doesn't matter. We will destroy, or our people will destroy themselves, right? So if some of the pieces of armor are not 100%, doesn't really matter. But well, enough talking. Let's go south. Gisler is afraid. Whatever. Our archers have really low resolve anyway, so if the witches start targeting them, they don't have a chance to resist the charm. So if there is afraid on top of that, whatever. It's about our frontliners being able to resist the charms. At least once. Okay, how are we doing? Yeah, you can see that we are now repairing everything pretty quickly. Let's wait a little bit more even. It's probably enough. And I may reload here a couple of times because I have like no experience with this fight. I tried it once and just reloaded after like 2 turns because I definitely wasn't ready. So now I want to get some experience. Maybe let's save here. And we'll see how difficult this really is. Go. I hope it's not in the forest, because that would be a disaster. If you want to read all of this, please pause the video, because that's, I think, quite a lot of reading. Yeah, it's a fight in the end. So, to battle, what are we up against? 2 unholds, some direwolves, a few Nassers, Few webnets. I think the biggest problem in this fight actually are the direwolves, because they basically lock you in place before you can do anything. They have super high initiative and can move far forward. So that means the direwolves are sitting in front of your front line before you have the option to move the front line forward and get your archers in range. I think that's the biggest problem in this fight, and I don't know how to solve this issue. It would have to require high investment into initiative for the front line, and that's not worth doing for one fight. One, two, three, four. You can try to send Nilo forward to stop at least some of the direwolves, perhaps. And I also want to spread out a little bit. Yep. And there's still two more. This is not gonna work. If I moved here, then I can't hit the witches. But at the same time, I need to spread out. What if I just moved here? Ah, that should have been a kill. If that was a kill, that would be so much easier then, probably. I can't reach them. I could still try to kill the webneck. Well, that wasn't the webneck, but I'm not gonna complain about this attack. Please don't miss. Well, that's one. At least 3 more to go. Do we know about everything that's on the map now? It's 15. We know about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So technically, actually, we don't know about 2. What did I miss? Probably counted one of the corpses for some reason. There could still be more witches. Maybe I could just wait with this shot, to be honest. That might be the best option. Yeah, there is one more. Of course, it succeeded right away. This is pretty important. This kind of sucks. Okay, so Stavarek, 1, 2, 3, 4. Move this way. There goes a shield. Was that a unique one? I'm not sure. Come on, kill it. Ah. Sure. And it has to be hit to the head. I was hoping that maybe Some of them would move forward. Look at that! Perhaps move up here. Won't be able to shoot, but might be important sitting on the high ground. This is so bad. At least they're wasting their time on our surgeons, and that's something. Come on, don't miss these attacks, guys. Okay, so that was the one mind controlling prophet. Come on. I think I'll have to unleash dogs here. They're just gonna block some tiles. This is a shot that's not blocked. 86%. If it's a headshot, it could be a kill, so please don't screw this up. Oh, it has range long enough. Oh well. Problem is this one didn't have anyone under control. Nope, I need to keep shooting. Great. twice. What the? This was unblocked shot. 78% chance to hit, and I twice miss and hit one of my own. I kinda need to increase my defense here. I'll try to hit both of them. That wasn't too bad. I have to stay here. Unfortunately, look at that. Wait. Two, three, four. Oh, I can't move at all. I can move at least one tile. There's still too many werewolves alive. Oh, this one is just disgusting now. Well, they won. As long as I can't kill the werewolves in time, or devils in time, I'm just so screwed. Shields up, best I can do. Not that the shield is that effective against the flail, but well, best I can do. So one more shot and of course just hits whatever. Let's see. This is not gonna work. I think we'll try the werewolf again. I got pretty lucky here. So who is still mind controlled? One. One person, one mind controlled. 2 people. Oh, it's actually causing panic to our own people when we kill the enemy. That's not bad. Now I just don't know what I'm gonna do with this unhold. If I could solve that, this actually doesn't look too bad anymore. You, my friend, have to run like hell. What is this? Is this bleeding? Fatigue recovery? No, it's not bleeding. Thinking about moving forward, trying to stab the unhold, hoping that he would panic, which is not gonna happen. So I think I'll just move away. Wait, I'm too slow for overwhelm. I was still trying to figure out why am I not getting overwhelm stacks, but the unhold already moved. Wait. And they're too tired. This is great. That's not so great. And now we just have to take out the unhold. Not sure that I want to get anywhere near the unhold with Karsten. Keep running. Oh, too tired? Come on. I don't think I can take her out. Might be better to just go after the devil. Really? Well, at least the dogs will stop this for a while. And I'll send my archers closer as they get in range. If I hit her, I also hit Prophet. But I think... Actually, she may have more hit points than Prophet, to be honest. Wait. Okay, chill. Get out of here. Oh, great. Yeah, keep running. It's so tempting, but I don't want to kill Prophet. He has only 53 hit points. And if I get a headshot, I am afraid that it might be enough to kill Prophet. Such an opportunity wasted. No, 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 no! Of course, now she dies. Oh, so she'll ended up with what? Missing nose. Does he have a recover? That's it. Like that. This is the reward. Are you kidding me? I'll have to throw away some things. Well, we have a lot of food that's about to spoil. Wait. This way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This as well. We can take the strange meat. Black stew. This is food. Okay. I need that pelt. And we need 2 more things. Oh, wait, this is garbage. And we can throw away the fish as well. And we just have to head to civilization as quickly as possible to buy some food. Just in case there is some extra reward somewhere after this, I want to have some slots in the inventory open. The last 2 witches slain, and you have their corpses mutilated for good measure. Ears, lips, noses, toes, all of them cut off. I think I know the reason why we cut off the noses, and I'm pretty sure that I know who did that. Chill? Do you know something about those cut off noses? All of them cut off. Their bags are emptied out and the items crushed into powder and covered in dust. Fleshy bits or animal parts are dumped into a pile of and promptly burned. As the fires rise, the hexen from the hut seemingly appears out of nowhere and takes you by the arm. You men draw their swords, but you hold out your hand up. You tell them to keep salting the earth so to speak, and as you enter the hut, you take a look back to see if you had meant pissing on the embers and the fire inside the hut. You sit where you had before. On the table, you find something rolled up on a handkerchief, and the witch pinches its corner and rolls between her fingers and thumb. She looks up and tips her chin forward and turns her hand palm up. Who are you? Which smiles. An odd hug in the forest hut. Everything else is hearsay. You stare at her long enough to see there's a little fruit to bear in chasing this question further. How do you know who I am? She stares at the wrapped item. I don't know. I don't even know your name, Sellsword, and I haven't the slightest inclination to begin to care. It is not a matter of who you are, but what you are. She turns hand as though they were following tune. The blood of the ancients resides within you. It resides within us all, but in your particular well. Her nose crinkles as she snorts, and she exhales the grins madly. It is ever so there, and if I can smell it, then the whole world can smell it. So many questions. Why do you call me the false king? For the first time, there is a crack in the witch's facade. She purses her lips. When did I call you that? You point to the door and then to the table. You answer. I walked in here and you said you'd see the truth, that you know what the false king dreams of. The accent taps the handkerchief rather mindlessly. She looks up. Then you have my apologies also. I remember no such thing. I'm but a fragile and old woman, older than I look, and I'm not being cheeky about that. You press her on the matter, but she only stonewalls you further. Okay, that didn't work. Who are the ancients? She taps the handkerchief and whether it's beneath wraps the table. She answers. The ancients were men before our time, truly, truly before our time. Imagine a kingdom. Now, imagine a kingdom that ruled kingdoms, an empire. That's correct. Now, imagine an empire that ruled empires. Unfathomable power such as that leaves the world with great vengeance and will spend its dying days ruining those which have ruined it. You ask if the empire is down to the witch smiles. I suspect not, but I do not truly know. Why the greenskins human? The accent cackles. I wish. Have you seen what orcs have between their legs? No, and I don't want to. Wouldn't mind right on what that if I knew it wouldn't tear me. What? In fact, one end while wearing the other for a glove. You raise an eyebrow and nod as though to say, of course. Okay, what is Dafkul? Shrugging and leaning back, the Hexen asks you to repeat the name Dafkul. She shakes her head. I have heard nothing about this Dafkul. A supposed god, you say. Well, he has not spoken to me. You stare at her and try to pry hidden truth from her eyes, but she seems earnest in her response, and you change the subject. What is it that I dream of? The hex leads forward. She puts hands to your face, and you feel the leather fingers press deep into the cheek like a half dozen walnuts. They rub the corners of her eyes and tap your temples. All the while she's smiling, and then she pulls back. You go to the nobleman and the rich, and they pay you gold, and in return you risk life and limb, and you slaughter and murder and kill all that you can. And there you are day after day wondering if that's all you are good for. And afterwards the highborn shut the door on you and your deeds, and you hear them inside having a grand time, playing music, women folk laughing, just joking. The festivities are riotous. And you are outside with a bag of gold in hand and its blood-slaked receipt. And you go down the pub and buy yourself a whore and tip a coin to the minstrel for a song. And you can taste fine wine in even the cheapest of cellars. But there is no escape from that horrible feeling in the back of your head, that feeling you were born into fever and all this violence and death is not a means to an end, but the end itself. It is what you are and what you always will be. She pauses, sighs, continues. So, the power of a lie is only equaled by one's desire to believe in it. You live a powerful lie, and such power will not go easily. I beg of you, be only what you can understand. It was not yourself or your weaponry or the presence of your company whole which brought her fear, but only the dawning of some unknown realization as she speaks to you now. Who am I? Ha. You gain obsidian dagger. Ha 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 ha, there is something. You stand up, yelling at the woman for answer. She slaps you in the face, and you stiffen and fall back a step. A drop of blood slips down your cheek, and you catch it near your cuff. The witch grabs a handkerchief and throws it off, revealing the obsidian blade beneath. It is sharper than you remember, a vivid sliver of yourself running down the edge as though you crackle the door towards Mary. The Hexen sits back down and pushes the weapon across the table. No more questions, Sellsword. There is only so much I know, and so much you need to know. We have made a deal, and this is the end of it. Taking the dagger, you ask what she did to it, but she refuses to answer. You then ask if there are more out there like her. She grins playfully. I pray there are not. Well, I think I have the same opinion on that. Then we have two options. I probably don't want to kill her in case there is another fight. I'm pretty sure we are not ready for another fight. So let's just leave. You bid the witch Odia and says nothing more. Outside, the men ask what she said. Others making a reference to sexual escapades. You think you're smirking, but you really don't know. The conversation has left you in a fog, and from within the mist, you only depend upon what you know, ordering the company back to the road. Time to go. Okay, well, that was a costly fight. It could have been a lot worse. How are we doing? Fatigue. 111. Well, I think it's fine. It's a small memento of the toughest fight we have probably done so far. But something I'm willing to accept. For a moment I thought we lost Shell. It was quite unlucky though, because that was the last attack from their side that actually happened. And of course, it cost us something. It happened to me so many times in this game that I had a fight, basically one. Fights that I thought I already lost, I managed to turn it around. Everyone was alive, and then with last attack, someone dies. It happened so many times against, for example, goblins with their daggers. And here it happened again. But, well, as I said, I guess it's fine. And here is the obsidian dagger. So, a hermit witch gave you this stone dagger after tempering it with your blood. Reflections in its glass seems to move on their own, but this is clearly a trick in the eye. Very curiously, however, the blood never seemed to try if it rests upon the obsidian. What? 25 to 45 damage. So it should be the same as a Rondel dagger. Who has a Rondel dagger? Come on, guys. Someone has to have it. No, it's better than the Rondel dagger. 27, that's the same thing. And resurrects any human killed with it as a Wiedergänger fight. Oh, okay. Me likey. Not like a super amazing broken weapon that would decide lost fights, but I mean, the zombie can make a difference. It can slow down so many enemies. It actually has even more damage than this one. And what I like is that actually our main character is a dagger specialist, so we can give it to him. We give the unique one to the other unique dagger to Balduin, and the Rondel dagger goes to, I don't know, Tobiarin, doesn't really matter. Okay. And how much food do we have? 163 still. That should be enough to make it to civilization. Yeah, we go directly south to Island, don't stop anywhere. How much time do we have? This episode is already too long. We have to buy tools and supplies and recover from this. This was a disaster when it comes to like damage that we have taken. So off camera, I'm gonna shuffle our people around a little bit. Luckily, reserve is pretty strong right now, so we actually might be ready for some more fights. Nilo is surprisingly in decent shape. They lost the shield. I'm not sure if it was unique or not. Do we have a replacement? We do. Let's do that. Okay, yeah, that was fun. Not sure if it was worth the dagger. I'll have to test it. I really can't say how good the zombie is gonna be that we can get from it potentially. I mean, it's a pretty decent damage from dagger, so it's a good item. Just from a fight like this, somehow I'd expect a little bit more, something more like clearly amazing. But we'll see. Maybe I'm just underestimating the effect of the weapon. So yeah, for today we are done. It was fun. Or at least I know more now what I can get in the game. We got another unique item to play with, and no one died, so overall I would call this episode a success. I hope that you liked it. I hope that you're gonna join me next time again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.